Welcome back, Zombie Slayers, to part 4 of my solo high round strategy guide for the zombies map, Verruckt. This is the World at War version that we're looking at here. Now, I want you to see this extremely near miss that's just about to happen here. Now, I'm camping here next to the window, and what happens if you're not careful is you get stuck right in this little corner here. And check this out. Oh my god! That is about as close to dying as you will ever get in zombies, guys. I don't know how many hits I took there, but it definitely looked like more than 4 hits. And 4 hits is usually what kills you, even if you've got Juggernaut. So, there's a little tip, guys. Do not get stuck in that little corner next to the window in the kitchen if you're playing World at War Verruckt. But that is pretty much the only close shave I have in this game, thankfully. You do tend to get caught up on objects a lot easier in World at War zombies for whatever reason. But the good news is, when you're running through a crowd of zombies, World at War zombies will also usually let you slip through if there's even the tiniest gap, whereas in Black Ops zombies you'll often get clotheslined and taken out if you try and squeeze through a gap. Also in World at War you can't really jump over crawlers, whereas you can in Black Ops. It's one of the other differences. I try and create a crawler out of this guy, but he's not cooperating, so I'm just going to let him be. And we'll go and hit the mystery box and see what we can get. The reason that I'm hitting the mystery box is because my MG is almost out of ammo. I'm going to have problems in the next round if I don't get something else. Now, this does take a while to get the weapon I'm after, so I'm going to fast forward this bit once again. So it does take quite a few hits here, and adding to the annoyance is having to run this running zombie around the map at the same time. But I do get there in the end, and what we get out of mystery box, and we swap out the MG for it, is the Browning here. So it's got a high capacity of ammo and does a fair bit of damage, so that'll do nicely, thank you very much. And that is the end of round 22 in the World at War version of Verruckt. And let's head back over to Black Ops, to Wave 23 here. Okay, so we're starting our run here at the STG in the bathroom area of the map, and then making a slow circuit of the map through the kitchen area in a clockwise direction. So at this stage we should only have maybe 1 or 2 zombies spawning in down the bottom here in the Thompson room, coming through these windows, but it is going to be fairly drama free running this lap from this point forward. They still have to be watchful and just be careful that you're watching what's coming in front of you at all times, so that you don't get blocked off. And you don't want to run too fast, so you get ahead of the zombie train. You also don't want to run too slow so that zombies will spawn in front of you. Just have to run at this steady, reasonably slow pace. And once you get used to it, this is actually a super easy strategy for Black Ops Verruckt. And even though it is known to be a difficult map, especially solo, following this strategy you should have no problem whatsoever. But what I'm doing here is basically running one circuit of the map, and we're getting all the zombies trailing along behind us. Then what I'll be doing is running a second circuit of the map and getting them to all bunch up and compressing them into a tighter group of zombies so there's no stragglers, and then we're going to be taking them out at that point. So just to recap on that strategy that we've been doing. Got the Winter's Howl here, so we'll just use that to take out the group. And the further on you get, the higher the round it is, the more shots you're going to have to use to freeze the entire group. Otherwise you're just going to have survivors there who are going to be slowed down by the Winter's Howl but not killed, which is not a situation that you want to have happening. Okay, so running another lap here as well. Alright, so we should have most of the zombies spawn into the map by now, and it's just a matter of doing second circuit of the map to try and bunch the group up a little bit more so they're easier to kill all at once. And we're just going to run exactly the same slow circuit through the map here, but on the way we're going to be zigzagging and doing a few loops to try and bunch them up a little bit. Now, I don't know what you guys think about Verruckt as a map. Where does it rank in terms of your favourite zombies maps? For myself, it's probably never been a map that I've played very often because I've enjoyed Doris, Shinonuma, some of those maps a lot more. But, you know, it does have a lot going for it, and a lot of unique characteristics, like the 2 separate spawn areas, for example. That would have been interesting if they brought in another zombies map where, you know, in co-op where you spawn in 2 different locations, or maybe even 4 different locations, and then meet up later in the game. I think that might be something that they could revisit in later zombies maps, perhaps. Now, what I'm going to do this time, just for something a little bit different, is I'm going to do the same run, obviously, but instead of taking them out with the Winter's Howl, because I'm starting to run short on ammo in that, I'll be demonstrating how to use the electric trap to take out the zombies instead. So most of the zombies will have spawned in at this point, and what I'm going to do now is bunch them up, and then we'll take them through the electric trap. So I'm going to run this little loop there and get most of the zombies coming through there. There will be 1 or 2 stragglers, as you can see, that came around the other way, and that does tend to happen if you don't bunch them up enough. So that basically, in a nutshell, is more or less the main strategy for getting to the high rounds in Verruckt, is running this loop nice and slow, bunching up the zombies, taking them through the electric trap, and rinse and repeat to your heart's content, you know, until you get to whatever target round that you want to get to. And I get a max ammo there, so that's a good thing. And we'll just hit the trap once more. And we should be near the end of the round here. I think there's only a handful of zombies left. And we'll probably take them out with the Thompson just to finish things off. And I think there's an insta-kill back there, but I won't need it at this point. But we'll have it for the start of round 24 anyway, so that'll be useful early on. Okay, time to go across now to the Welder war game that we're playing here. And I'm going to try and hold off the zombies at the window here in the kitchen a little bit to start with. I'm using the sawn-off shotgun. But they're eventually going to get through because it's round 24, and I'll back out to this area where the speed collar is, and we'll be running a train around this spot here. Now, at this point in the game, what's kind of weird is that the light fitting in this back room falls to the ground for some reason. A little bit like the Hanging Man in Shinonuma. So you see it's dropped to the ground now. I don't know why that happened, but it did. One of those little glitches in the game. Anyway, getting back to this strategy, this zombie train that you can run in the back area here is probably the easiest zombie train that's possible to run in World at War Verruckt. That doesn't mean it's easy though, it's just the easiest one in this map. And some people try and run the train down near the Thompson, in the Thompson room as well, but this one is probably a little bit easier than that, but it's still quite challenging, quite difficult, and you have to be very, very careful to get to the high rounds using this. But there you go. Life's not meant to be easy, is it? Alright, so that is round 24 done in World at War, and super fast in World at War, as you will have noticed. But getting back to Black Ops, and we're at round 25 here, and we're following that same circuit strategy that we've been doing the whole way through. Now, a lot of you guys will probably more likely to play the Black Ops version of this map. There's not very many people playing World at War these days, but one reason for that is that there's a lot of hackers in World at War, aside from being a much older Call of Duty these days, of course. But when you go and play multiplayer on Xbox, at least, you get a lot of people with J-tags running their, you know, God mode and their no clip, flying around the place, and that just makes it unplayable for everyone else, basically. So I think everyone's just given up on World at War. And in Zombies as well, the same thing happens. So you'll get people flying around the map, turning on the power and Doris or whatever in round 1, and ridiculous things like that. So to me, I don't really understand that mentality that people have that do that. It completely ruins the game. I can't see how they can find that enjoyable, an enjoyable way of playing. You know, after the first couple of times you do it, I'm sure it gets old, but maybe that's why even the hackers have given up on playing it as well. But I mean, if you're in a private lobby, or you know, you're playing solo, it's fine, of course. It's just a shame that the game's been neglected to the point where that's been allowed to happen. And World at War was the very first Call of Duty that I really got into playing multiplayer and everything in, and so that's probably one of the reasons I'm very fond of it, and get a bit annoyed when it gets ruined like that. But you know, you have to move on, and and I've been playing a lot of survival mode and stuff like that as well. Gears of War 3, Horde mode, Beast mode, all that stuff, and enjoying that. And really am looking forward to the day, presumably when Treyarch bring us some new Zombies maps to play. Now, this solo high round strategy guide is the second to last one that I'll be doing, because I've done every single Zombies map there is, except for Noctur and Toten, which will be the last one in the series. So I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I hope it's been helpful for you guys. The fact that I've put together these strategies to help you get to the high rounds as quickly and easily as you possibly can in solo. It's been a lot of fun, but what I'm going to do after I've finished the Noctur and Toten series is a series of challenge videos, and I'll be bringing those to you guys as well in the long term, until we get some more new Zombies maps to play. I'll also be bringing a few other games as well that I enjoy playing, some Gears of War 3 play, some Modern Warfare 3 survival, as well as perhaps some other games in between, maybe some Dead Rising 2. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing a playthrough of that or something like that. If there's a particular game you guys want to see, just leave a comment and let me know. I'll tell you right now that I'm just a mediocre player at multiplayer, so I'm not going to be bringing you any team deathmatch or anything like that anytime soon, unless I have a particularly beast game. I haven't got too much to offer in that department, but when it comes to zombies, survival and stuff like that, it's a different story. And the zombies storyline really left us with a cliffhanger in Moon, in the Easter egg, after Verruckt basically appeared to blow up the entire Earth from space, as well as bizarrely swapping bodies with Samantha, which was pretty bizarre and unexpected as far as the storyline twist goes. We'll have to wait and see how that all pans out, but I'm really looking forward to something new coming eventually in zombies. And it's unfortunate that we'll probably have to wait another 6 months or so for that to happen, but that's the way it goes. When it comes to survival mode, even though I'm playing it and was pretty addicted to it early on, after a bit it just becomes very, very similar to playing multiplayer. You know, if you want to shoot a dude in the face or take down an attack helicopter, you can do all of that stuff in multiplayer. There's not that much different to doing it in a survival mode setup, and it's not like there's any major boss round or anything like that. I mean, I know that there's the juggernauts and stuff like that, but they're merely a type of enemy rather than a big boss mode. And in Horde, in Gears of War 3, you have got those boss rounds every 10 rounds where you get, you know, some giant beasts attacking you or whatever, which is pretty epic and challenging. But I mean, in survival mode it's still challenging, absolutely, but it's just a little bit same-ish and very similar to combat training that was in Black Ops and the regular multiplayer. So it's definitely not going to have the longevity of zombies at all. But I think that Activision knew that if they left something like that, you know, something like similar to zombies, completely out of their latest Call of Duty, then it wasn't going to be nearly as popular as if they included it in, because people have become so attached to zombies and it's become such a big part of the game now that if they leave it out completely and just have you know, your Spec Ops missions like they did in Modern Warfare 2, I think that the game would have been a lot less popular. But introducing survival mode was kind of a half-assed way of including some zombie style of play in the game without actually introducing zombies, which is a Treyarch thing, and Infinity Ward tend to like steer completely away from imitating Treyarch in any way, shape and form, is the impression that I get from them. Alright, well, getting towards the end of round 25 here, and I think I've just got a few zombies still coming here before the round ends, so I'm just going to head back down the stairs here and take them out in this area here. I'll get some more ammo as well, and that will be more or less the end of part 4 of this video series, guys. So the final part, part 5, is to come, and you'll be able to see how we're going to use the trap and the final stages of this high round strategy. Okay, take out these last two guys, and that is round 25 done. So thanks for watching, guys, and I look forward to part 5 to follow.